Hello, welcome to the February energy forecast. Oh my gosh, hey, what a year this has already been. We're only 1 month in. I am so glad you're here with me today. Welcome. As you're catching me live or on the replay, say hi. Let me know you're here. My name is Megan Alton. I am an intuitive strategist and a numerology queen. I teach people how to use numerology in their own work, whether they're a coach or whether they're a healer or just someone who's really here to help serve and uplift and transform so that people can have better lives. Really, it's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? So, February energy, I'm just so excited to share this forecast with you guys today. First of all, it's going to be amazing. I can see I have some of you with me on the live. So if that's you, comment, let me know. I want to make sure my comments are working because I'd love for this to be super interactive if you guys have questions. So I am just going to open up on my phone to see if I can see it. Okay, so hello, I see your comments on my phone and not on my computer screen. So we're just going to roll with it and do the best we can. I'll try to watch them on my phone. And if not, I'll come back later and reply. So if questions are coming up as you guys are hearing what I'm sharing, let me know, right? Like, I'm totally here for you to support you. One of my biggest goals and intentions in my work is I believe we are all here to experience even greater levels, increasing levels, expanding levels of wealth, well-being, and just good quality of life. I believe that we were placed here to be happy, to enjoy our life, to be able to experience all of our senses in a rich and dynamic way. And I think numerology is this beautiful, magical tool that really combines the science and the magic and the intuition. And when you understand that and you lean into your numbers, both the universal energy that surrounds you as well as your personal code, you actually get to create this expanded sense of wealth and well-being within yourself, which means you get to live a life that you truly desire, that matches what you want, have experience that you want, that's aligned with your value system. And that's why I'm here. So hopefully that's what you guys are getting out of this. If you have any questions about it, let me know. February energy, I am so pumped about. February is my birth month, first of all. So I have to just say, I love February anyways, but it's also the month of love, right? With Valentine's Day right in the middle of the month. It is a 7 energy month this year. And I love this because, as most of you know who've been following along my forecast, we're in a 5 energy year. And if you need more information about what the 5 energy year means, go to my website, meganalton.com. I have a free year ahead look of all of 2021 for you. And you can just download that for free. But 5 and 7 have a very close relationship to each other. And so I really believe that February is quite significant in the unfolding of this year. And I'm going to share with you why today. First of all, both of them have a very strong teacher, mentor, and experiential type energy. Both of them have a very strong relationship with a felt sense, a sense of compassion, a sense of experiencing things, trying things, allowing us to tip into a new experience, tip into the unknown, try something, experiment a little bit. This is interesting how February is unfolding. 7 energy has a strong association with faith, with spirituality, with your connection to whatever you believe, right? It doesn't really matter, but we all have a connection with something that's greater than ourselves. And February this year is really wanting us to highlight that. What is it that we have a level of devotion to beyond ourselves, right? Like, yes, we have ourselves and our families and our children and our partners and our loved ones. And then beyond that, what else do we have? We have maybe our sense of community. We have maybe our sense of belonging. But we really also have, like, what is my relationship with why I'm here on planet Earth? Right? Why I'm here on planet Earth. What am I doing? Why am I here? And so February is going to want you to experiment with that a little bit. Take some risks. Try something. Like, feel it. Like, can you feel it? Can you, if you sit with this energy for a minute, can you tap into, who am I? Like beyond the labels of, yeah, I'm a mom, and yeah, I have 3 kids, and yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, and beyond all that, right? Beyond the superficial top layer stuff. Like if you actually like go into the core of your heart, into the core of your being, who are you? Why are you here? If we were to strip away all of the extras about, the fact that you're a parent or that you live in a certain town or whatever, who are you? What are you left with? And yeah, these are questions. And if you're ruling number 7 on this live right now, you're like, yes, yes. Because 7s, which I am a ruling number 7s love these questions. It's about like, what's the purpose of life? What is the meaning of life? And it sounds like, when we get caught up in the day-to-dayness of, the kids are home from school sick and, oh, I got to make lunches and I gotta, vacuum and I gotta fit in some marketing in there. And, some of these big questions can get kind of like lost in the shuffle and put aside. And this month, if I can ask anything of you, it would be set aside some time to connect in with your heart and with your soul. And what are those values? What are those things that truly matter? Those things that are beyond the externals that nobody else has any influence on except for you. Right? It's so important. And this idea of this like teacher mentor energy that's kind of coming up this month too it's because oftentimes through the reflection, buddy, I'm gonna call. Okay, later, okay? Kids are home today. Where was I? It's oftentimes through the reflection and the mirroring experiences that we get with wonderful teachers, humans, friendships, books, watching trainings or listening to podcasts or, anything like that. The gift of social media is that when we get given a mirror and we have an opportunity to experience that and feel into that, we get to make decisions like, I like that. That feels good. I want that in my experience. Or sometimes the opposite, like, eek, that's not for me. Like, I don't like how that feels. Like, I don't want that. And so we get to lean into this awareness and use it to expand our desires. I mean, this is why these contrasts and challenges come up for us, is so we can look at them and be like, yeah, I like that. I'm going to lean into that. Or, oh gosh, no, that is not for me. I'm not in for this. How can I change my focus, my intentions, my experience with how my life is created so that I get to shift into something that I truly desire more? So it's really important. Oh, I'm loving your comments here. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. They're not showing up on my screen for some reason, but I'm going to try to monitor them on my phone as best as I can. Beyond the everyday, there is so much more. Yes, Meredith. The transformative energy that the teachers and the school system need. Absolutely. And I love that you brought this up. This transformative energy is dominant this month. And wherever your industry is, if you're in any field whatsoever, you are being asked to tip into some transformative energy this month from the place of what could be possible. What could be possible? What do I feel deep in my heart, deep in my soul, that I love and trust and honor even more than what's currently in existence? And how can I lean into what I know in my heart and take the steps and go and trust that I can build the plane as I'm flying it? I can walk the pathway and it will be built with every step that I move forward, right? We truly, in a 7 energy, we don't get the whole picture. And I mean, I would say, in life in general, you just never get the whole picture as much as we wish we did, right? But what we can do is we can say, this is the felt sense that I want to create. I want to create a sense of well-being. I want to create a sense of wholeness. I want to create a sense of connection. Whatever your words are that are your guiding principles. And then ask yourself this month, what is one easy step I can take now to move towards that, to expand that even more? Because this month is asking you to take action without all the answers, to lean into trust and risk-taking without having any guarantees or anything mapped out in front of you. let yourself just lean into that and see what could be, right? Yes, building the bridge as I'm crossing it. Keep your eyes on the horizon. Create. You guys have got this energy nailed. I love it. Now, there's going to be some, when I did my year ahead forecast on this, what I said about this month was your prosperity and your abundance is based on your relationship with source and your ability to co-create and collaborate with universal energy. We are not in a vacuum. Thank God. We are all connected. We are all one, right? And while sometimes some of these kind of universal laws can be a hard thing to kind of wrap your mind around or understand, we can understand that we are all connected, that the actions and the thoughts and the feelings that I experience every day impact you. And the things you experience every day impact me. So recognizing that we have this interconnectedness available to us this month, where what I choose to devote and dedicate myself to is going to create a beautiful momentum current. And I am going to notice as like the start of the month was yesterday, obviously the first of the month, as I devote and commit and dedicate myself to the experience that I'm creating here, to the values I have, to the life I want for myself and my children and for my clients and my friendships and everybody in my world, the more I devote and dedicate myself to that, the more I'm going to create a current. Okay. And that current might be kind of like imperceptible at first, but the more I lean into it with every step, with every thought, with every emotion, with every acknowledgement of other people who are doing work that I honor, I strengthen the current. I don't know if you guys ever did this when you were kids, but when I was a kid growing up, we had a swimming pool that was kind of near my elementary school. And one of the pools was perfectly round. And we played this game where we'd all hold hands and we'd start to run in a circle around this circular swimming pool. And as we ran, the current got stronger and stronger and stronger. And then at one point, everyone would let go and we'd float in the circle, right? And we'd be caught up in the current and the current would be propelling us forward. And it wasn't of our own volition anymore. We were just being swept up in the current. This is exactly what's possible for you this month. That current doesn't get created accidentally, right? It gets created through intentionality, through me deciding I want to be in a current, first of all. And then second of all, by me finding other people who want to be in a current with me and linking hands and moving together. Okay? Moving together. And what that means, like, it's a beautiful metaphor, but what it means is we have a values alignment. We desire to create similar shifts in the world. And it doesn't have to be exactly the same. Like, you might work in healthcare, somebody else might work in education, somebody else might have a corporate position, somebody else might work in technology. It doesn't matter if our outer worlds look the same or not. What matters is the felt sense experience that I want. There's an alignment, meaning there's an energetic match, meaning that we can collaborate and we can create. And when I experience an expanded sense of well-being, you get to have that too. And when you get to have it, I get to have it too. And that is what creates that beautiful momentum current that we all have the opportunity to be swept into. For those of you who are studying the numbers of this month, we start with an 8 and we end with an 8. There is a lot of current and momentum and abundance and infiniteness available to you this month. It is bookended by that energy. However, with it being a 7 energy month, what that means is this is not the time to sit back and do nothing. This is the time to jump in with both feet, to feel it, to take a risk, to try something, to do what's in your heart to be done. Like, just try something. It's okay if you get it right or you get it wrong. Like, who even evaluates that anyways? Nobody. What you just need to do is just do it. Just try something. Just leap. Just take a step, right? And how do you know? You know because of how you feel. You feel the thing that's in you to do. And if it's calling you to do it, you do it. regardless as to what the external world tells you is right or wrong about your choices. Okay. How are you guys feeling about this so far? I'm so fired up. Okay, good. Yes, create. Okay, Amanda, you played the game too. I love it. I'm not the only kid that remembers that game. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, beautiful. Take the leap. Let's do it. Thank you for connecting on this. Okay, amazing. You guys are so awesome. So, significant dates as this month unfolds. The first date I want to look at is the 4th of February. Okay, the 4th of February is a 2 energy day. This is a very important time to give yourself the opportunity to find connections in your world who give you that alignment, who you want to link hands with, who you want to hold hands with, who you want to be in the current with, right? Who is going to be playing that game with you? This is the time to reach out and find those people is around the 4th of the month and to seek out those connections. And I know for some of us, we have that in our world readily available. And I know for some of us, it feels a bit harder. It feels a bit like a reach. But I'm telling you, those humans out there want you. And they're asking for you to show up. And they can only see you if you see yourself. So I just want you to like breathe that in for a minute. There are people out there who are looking for you, whether it's in a friendship level, in a professional client relationship level, whether it's business collaboration, whether it's romantic partnership. There are people out there who are desperate for you, who want you, and they can't see you if you can't see you. So let yourself, first of all, on the 4th, see yourself. Honor yourself. And then second of all, take that next step. If there is somebody or something that you've been wanting to experience in your life, ask yourself, how can I reach out? How can I open myself to this? How can I create an availability to this? And it might literally be like phoning someone or texting someone and saying like, hey, you know what? I love what you're up to in this world and I want to support you. How can I do that? It can be as simple as that, right? Or it can be, writing an energetic letter. It could be doing some meditation work. It can be, there's lots of ways you can do it. But open your energy to it by first seeing yourself and then making yourself visible for others to see you, right? Yes, so, so beautiful. And then Friday is not a significant date for any of you guys, but it's my birthday. So I'm excited about Friday, the 5th. And it's a 3 energy day, which is all about amplification. And to come on the tails of this day that was all about connection, to me is really saying we all have this opportunity to initiate and then amplify. And I really want us to think about all the times in our lives when we've had an opportunity because something in us is like giving us that nudge of like, do a thing, call a person, reach out, drive down this street on this day, go to the grocery store here rather than here, like whatever those little nudges are. And sometimes we do them and sometimes we don't. However, on the 5th of February, if you get a little inkling or a little nudge like that, please like follow it and just see. You get to be curious. You also have full free will to change your mind at any point in time. Nobody's going to hold you to any of this stuff, right? So if you're like, yeah, I'm going to do the thing. And then you're like, nope, I've changed my mind. Great. Own that. Own that powerfully. You have full permission to change your mind at any point in time. But what if you gave yourself permission to experiment and play with it and just see what happened? Like, just let yourself see what happened, right? Yes, yes, yes. Aw, thanks, guys. You're so sweet. Okay. Starting on the 8th, we're going to have a couple of days available to us where we have an opportunity to recognize illusions that we have somehow put in place that are blocking prosperity, well-being, and abundance in our world. Okay, so I'm still working. Off you go. Go play.
Can you get the app?
When I'm done working, we'll talk about it.
When are you done?
10 more minutes.
Somebody didn't.
Yeah, go play with Denver. He'll help you.
But you don't know how to walk.
After work. What are you going to do? So the week of the 8th, the first few days, there are things in place that are blocking us, that are preventing us from experiencing the level of well-being and prosperity that's truly available to us. And we don't always know what those are. Sometimes they're very subtle, very subtle. But I just want you to notice, where do I not make myself open and available for something good that wants to come my way? Like, has someone ever said to you, oh, like, let me buy your coffee? And then you say to them, oh, no, don't worry, I got it. And it's like, wait, what? Did that really happen? Did I really just say no to that? Like, if someone or something or the universe or whatever wants to bring something to you, there are really sneaky, subtle ways that we don't allow them to. So these next couple of days, give yourself a chance to be open to what wants to come for you. Like, something wants to come for you, and there's just an illusion stopping it. Does that make sense? Oh, thanks, Amanda. Thanks, Meredith. I so appreciate that. Thank you for seeing me. Okay, the next significant date is the 11th of the month. It lands on a new moon, and it's a 9 energy day. And shout out to Jackie McDonald, because this is one of her expressions that I just love, 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 love. And it is all about release to receive. So for those of you EFTers and tappers, this is a great week to be putting your work out there, because personally you're going to need this, but also so are your clients, right? This is about removing obstacles, removing illusions that are blocking us, that are not real, they're illusions, and letting ourselves drop habits that are somehow blocking prosperity. There are certain weird things that we do that stop prosperity. And I want to give an example that I actually don't really agree with, but you guys will all know what I mean when I say this example. You know how people are like, oh, if you want to save money for something, like the latte factor, like stop going to Starbucks and don't spend the $5 a day on your coffee. And then before you know it, you'll have $1,000, right? And it's like, well, I agree with the thought process around questioning your habits. I don't necessarily know that the Starbucks one is going to be the reason why you're not saving $1,000, but that's a separate conversation for money talk. But I do want you to think about, what are some of the things I do that don't allow me to feel prosperous? And a simple basic one that I notice for myself is dancing. When I dance, wealth, prosperity, and well-being flows to me effortlessly. Like, I'm not even kidding you guys. It doesn't even really always make sense. If I stop dancing and I just get busy, or I get tired, or the living room is too messy that I couldn't even dance even if I tried, it seems to be a weird block to prosperity and well-being to me. And there's no link there that's logical, but that's not how energy works. That is not how energy works. So recognize in yourself, what are the habits I have that support well-being and wealth? And what are the sneaky little niggly ones that block it? And let yourself release those in that week. And if you're a healer, this is a great week to support your clients with that as well. So you can be bringing prosperity yourselves by putting this out there and sharing with the world that this is what the world needs right now, and bringing in some more work to yourselves, which is also welcoming wealth and well-being to yourself. See how it's all connected? Your clients get to get better off, you get to get better off, and both of your improvements actually expands within each other, if that makes sense. In my head, it makes so much sense, and sometimes the words don't always come out perfectly. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, who said I'm going to enjoy the latte while I create another well stream? Girl, you are speaking my language. Enjoy the latte and create all the well streams. Sometimes the $5 spent on coffee can create a very powerful return, which is why I don't always agree with that line of thinking. One of the most powerful investments I make in my business is when I go sit in a restaurant or a coffee shop and I work, and I might spend like $20 or $25 on, breakfast and a coffee. And the amount of productivity I get from that tiny investment is mind-blowing, and I will pay it many times over again to experience that. The peace and quiet of a public restaurant versus the crazy town of working at home when you have 3 littles at home with you right now. Okay, where are we? Let's get back. Let's get back to the calendar. Here we go. The next important date I want you guys to pay attention to is the 19th of February, okay? So devotion is the theme around this energy, which is it's the energy that's bookending this month as well. So if I can say it strongly and clearly enough, the current, the expression, and the flow of your wealth and well-being is intrinsically related to the relationship you have with your source energy. And you are going to be receiving messages, downloads, synchronicities, coincidences, opportunities, left, right, and center. The more you put yourself in the flow of that current, like we talked about in the beginning of this training, put yourself in that flow. Find those opportunities and make them happen. Reach out. Do the yoga, do the dance, drink the latte, talk to the people, share your ideas, share your thoughts, do the energetic work behind it, and then follow it up with the physical, tangible actions that come along with a full manifestation. We are nearing the end of a manifestation cycle, which is the time where a lot of people feel the need to either throw in the towel and say it's not working, give up, think that because they don't have a tangible, I hope you guys can hear me over my children. Are you hearing in the background? I don't know if you can or not. Fingers crossed you can. This is the time when people give up. Do not be that person. Like, what was that story about the guy who gave up like 3 feet from gold, or whatever that story is, the gold miner up in Alaska or something? I don't know, but you guys know where I'm going with this. Don't give up 3 feet from gold. This is your time. This is your time to connect in with yourself and spirit and universal energy and ask what is being asked of you and take aligned action. And by aligned action, I mean, when you get an idea and it feels good, do it. When you get the idea and it feels good, do it. Put yourself in that current. Put yourself in that stream. Move forward with it. Can you guys hear them? I'm like, ah! Okay, it's all good. It's all good. You don't even notice the background noise? I know, right? You can tell when you have small children when you're just able to just completely tune it out and you're like, oh, there was noise? What noise? Okay. Let's see. The next important day. Okay, so devotion to self and spirit on the 19th. So when I say this is around that day, it's like make yourself available for these opportunities. What does that look like for you? Everyone is different. If you know numerology, tap into your numbers. If you don't, reach out to one of the numerologists and get a report. Message me, there's tons of others. They're all so freaking amazing and powerful. Find a healer or an intuitive that speaks to you, or do your own intuitive work. Take a minute, go sit down with that latte and your deck of cards or your numbers or your calendar, your meditation. Go for a walk in the forest. Like, tune into your energy and you'll know, right? And if you don't know, ask for help. Okay, the next most important date, I would say, is the 27th. Full moon on a 7 energy day and a 7 energy month, okay? Holy man, if you guys do full moon circles, or if you want to have a connection circle at this time, or you just want to go for a walk with a buddy in the forest at this time, please do it and bring a journal with you. Bring a deck of cards with you, or your calendar and your numbers, like whatever your magic flavor is. This is going to be a very massive, okay, it's a Saturday. It's a very, very massive time for downloads. So you will get inspired hits that are in direct relationship to the current that you've been in all month. So when we talked about creating that current, right, at the beginning of the call, the little things that you've done every single day are what strengthen your current. So the current is going to be a direct reflection of the actions you've taken all month. And on the 27th, the flood of ideas and intuitive hits that are going to be coming up for you are going to be in direct proportion to the work you did leading up to this day, right? So do take the time to connect with that energy, however you do it, right? Take the time to do that. Full moon on the 27th. So, you know, that energy goes a couple days before, a couple days after, and like kind of peaks on the Saturday. So if you're busy on the Saturday, don't worry, do it on the Friday, do it on the Sunday, but find time for it. Really, really make time for it. Okay. And then the last day of the month is the Sunday, which is the 28th, and it's an energy day. So again, that energy of devotion. So momentum, devotion, flow, like these are so important this month. Okay, I love it. Okay. Oh, Rochelle, you recognize the story from Think and Grow Rich. Thank you for saying that. I was like, I know it from somewhere. I don't know where. I didn't come this far to only come this far, right? No, we did not. Do not give up. Like I said, when you reach this energy in the manifestation cycle, this is when most people will tell you manifestation doesn't work. This is when most people, you guys, I'm working. Take your stuff in the other room.
Mom, we were waiting for 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, 5 more minutes, okay? Off you go. I'm almost done. I didn't come this far to only come this far. Don't give up. This is when people will say to you, manifestation doesn't work, energy work doesn't work, intention setting doesn't work. People will tell you that stuff because they gave up right now. So don't do that. It does work. It does work. Just stay with it. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, meditation is perfect. Doing Joy's quantum meditation program, super aligned. Whatever modality you have that speaks to you is the right one, right? Everyone has a different, it's like having a different like love language or having a different like learning, what do they call it? Learning language? That's not the right word, but you know what I mean, right? Everybody has a different way to process. So you do the thing that feels good to you. You do the thing that your soul calls to you, right? And most of us have a combination of them. Like you guys know, I'm obsessed with numbers. That's my number one go-to. But I follow that up with other modalities as well. I follow that up with other modalities because that strengthens and creates a richness and a wholeness for me in my work. So learning style. Thank you. Thank you. I knew there was a word for that. Okay. How are you guys feeling about this? Are you guys pumped? Are you going to block some of this time off on your calendar? I'd love to hear from you. What are your next steps? How are you going to move this forward? How are you going to feel like this isn't just information? Like, last thing I want you guys to do is just consume this and then move on like nothing. I would love to see you take some sort of action or integration step as a result of something that landed from you today. So in the comments, share, let me know. Number one, what was the biggest awareness that hit you today? What was the biggest insight you received? And number two, what are you going to do about it? That's what I want to know. Share in the comments. We can all support you and hold space for you. And as you're listening, as I said, if anything comes up and you have questions, let me know. I'll come back and answer them. And if you want to know how this fits into the whole year unfolding, go to my website, meganalton.com, and download my year ahead forecast. I also have a workbook that gives you month by month journaling prompts to keep you aligned with the energy. Journaling prompts are a really powerful way to get your conscious and subconscious brain on board with what you're doing. Okay, thank you for being here with me. And I just so appreciate your presence. And yeah, like I said, let me know what you're going to do with this information. And I can't wait to connect soon. You guys have an amazing day.